Hello ladies, welcome to Monday's class. It's Christmas week, but we're getting it in. We got 30 minutes, 2 days this week. We can do it, right? You can definitely afford yourself that time. All right, so today we just need, so we're gonna do some pull aparts again. So any type of band, or if you don't have a band, a towel will work. Other than that, it's just straight dumbbell work. So nothing too fancy today. You don't need your chair or anything like that. Give it a minute as usual to let anybody jump onto the live. All right, that should be good. If they're joining the live, they should be here. So let's start with our usual warm-up, which is feet are shoulder width distance. Sorry, let me just turn on. I guess it might be on. There's like a flash thing that I'm not sure is on, but anyway, here we are. So feet are shoulder width distance apart, toes pointing straight forward. Reach down, up, tip, and twist. Okay, come nice and wide. Same thing, reach down. Okay, all the way together. All right, come back to shoulder width distance apart and then turn your toes out. And turn your toes in. Perfect. All right, so starting just like we started last week on our pull day, we're going to do our wide squat with the hammer curl. Okay, so choose your weight accordingly. All right, so fairly wide with your feet and also kind of toe out just a little bit. You're going to hold the weights inside your knees. Squat down, so drop the hips. Don't just lean forward. Do it like you're sitting down in a chair. And then hammer curl. Hands are sideways, palms are facing inward. All right, so let's go. And 12. All right, so then we're going to go, I'm going to keep the same weights here. We're going to go for our single leg deadlift, okay? So it's kind of like that hinge where we were reaching the floor and stuff before, but we're not going to go all the way down to the floor, just about knee height because you're holding the weights now, okay? And just hinge from your hip. Think about the balance. If you need to have just the toes of that other foot touching down, you can do that, but really focus on that one leg as you lean forward. Speaking of balance. And 12. Okay, switch over sides. Hinge forward, push that other leg backwards if you're okay on the one leg. And 12. All right, and same weights here. We're going to get into that bent over posture. So nice flat back again. You're just leaning forward from your hips. And the bent row. So both arms are coming up. Squeeze between those shoulder blades and pull. And 12. All right, take a little breather. That is our first circuit for the day here. All right, so going back to our wide squat, hammer curl. So squat down, feet are wide, toes slightly turned out, and what I call like a sideways bicep curl. Those elbows are pinned in by your ribs the whole time. And 12. All right, it's going for our single leg deadlift. So hinge on like that last squat where you were bending your knees. Here your knees are, they're not locked straight, but they're not bending through the movement either. And 12. All right, other side. And 12. All right, 2 feet on the floor. Get down into the bottom of that hip hinge and row. And 12. All right, round 2, done. A little sip of water. All right, one more time. All right, nice and wide, toes out. Squat, so drop that butt. Hammer curl. And 12. All right, hip hinge, single leg. Oh, I was going to curl then. No curl, just hinge. 12. All right, other side. And up. 12. All right, bent over posture, but nice still straight back. So good posture in your spine, but you're just hinging forward from your hip. Ten, 11, 12. All right, that's it for those. Take a little breather, and we'll move on to the next group. All right, so we need one weight. Got my heavier weight for this one. It's going to be that same. So the way we did it last week, where you do the side lunge, opposite reach, and then elbow someone behind you. So reach across, elbow. Here we go. When you land with that foot, that toe is still pointing straight forward. So it's just straight over to the side. And 12. Right, other side. And 12. All right, grabbing that other weight to go with it. We're going to do just traditional bicep curls. So palms are straight forward, facing forward. Elbows are kind of tucked in by your sides. Curl up to your shoulders and then slowly let it come down. So see how my upper arms are staying nice and close to my body. Okay, there's no like leaning forward like that. Your body is staying nice and still. Just pull up, squeeze those biceps, slowly let it come down. And 12. All right, so lay those weights down and then grab some type of band if you have. If you don't have band, towel works just fine. We're going to do the palms down. Sorry, I couldn't remember which one we did. So opposite of last week, we're going palms down, straight arms out in front. Pull apart. So if you have your loop band, just loop it around your wrists. Towel, you're doing the exact same motion as me. You're just not going anywhere. Just get that tension. 11 and 12. All right, a little breather for a second. Okay, you're just gonna have to go up. Getting warm. All right, side step, reach across, elbow someone behind you. bicep curls coming up. All right, palms forward. Keep those shoulders back and down. Pull up. Slowly let them come down. And 12. All right, get your band or towel. Pull apart it is. So palms down, chest tight, shoulders down again, away from the ears. Open up. Squeeze between those shoulder blades as you open. And 12. All right, another little water break. We'll do our last round of those. All right, side step, elbow. Okay, other side. And 12. All right, bicep curls. Here we come. That old left arm is getting it today. So I finish up the last exercise on my left side so it doesn't get a break. It's my weaker one as it is. That's good though. And 12. All right. Lay those down. Just get our band. And pull apart, straight arms, palms down. All right, take a breather. We are going to come to the floor. Don't need any equipment. So we're going to come down to our mat. All right, starting on our back, we're going to go for those dead bugs again. All right. Make sure you're keeping your low back on the mat. Sorry, I'm assuming everybody was here last week, but I should explain. So it's opposite arm and leg, dropping down, and the goal is to keep your back nice and flat on the floor, okay? So if you feel that back starting to arch up, that means you're dropping too low. Just shorten up your range of motion. All right, so then we're flipping over. We're gonna go for our heel squeezes. So feet are up in the air, bending from your knees. Tap your heels together, and then you're just gonna squeeze together as hard as you can. You should feel your butt cheeks squeezing, your hips pressing into the floor. Hold it, and relax. Okay, squeeze again. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And relax. Squeeze. And relax. Squeeze. Relax. Squeeze. Relax. Squeeze. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Feel those butts, your butt squeezing. Relax one more time. And squeeze. Okay. Come up to all fours. Going right into another butt exercise. So the goal here is to have your hands right underneath your shoulders, and then your one knee is underneath the other hip. The other heel is going to kick up towards the ceiling, okay? Try to keep your abs nice and tight so your body's not rocking back and forth. You're just pulsing from your hip. Kick up towards the ceiling. Squeeze that butt muscle. Okay, other side. Here we go. Remember, keep that core tight. Only thing moving here is the leg. Perfect. All right, come on down, back to your back again. And we'll get ready for round 2 of the dead bugs. All right, so all 4 limbs up. Keep that lower back flattened onto the floor, and then drop opposite limbs. Okay, so if you can go all the way down flat to the floor like that and keep your back flat, great. I can do it for a couple reps, but my abs are far from my strong point. So this is about where I can get a full set in right here. So you just shorten up your range of motion. Do what your body can do with good form. Okay, get your 12 in. Or like I always say, anywhere between 8 and 15, kind of choose your level where it's challenging, but you're keeping the right form. And then when you're ready, flip over. We've got our heel squeezes. All right, squeeze it. 3, 2, 1, relax. Squeeze again. Relax. Squeeze. Relax. Squeeze. Relax. Squeeze. Relax. Squeeze. Relax. 2 more. Squeeze. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Relax. 1 more. Squeeze it. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And relax. All right, up to all 4s. Okay, and then remember, everything stays tight, just the hip that's extending, so the leg moves up. Kick towards the ceiling. Okay, switch it over. You don't have to come all the way down to the floor either. It's just kind of break that parallel with the floor and then pump up again. All right, that's 2. We got 1 more round. So take a deep breath, going back to the dead bugs. last time. Okay, flatten that back and go. Whew. All right. Get your reps in. Flip it over. And heel squeeze. Squeeze. Relax. Squeeze. You should really feel that pelvis too, your pelvis bone, your hip bones pushing into the floor. Relax. Squeeze. Relax. Squeeze. Relax. Squeeze it. Relax. Squeeze. Relax. Squeeze. 2 more after this one. Relax. Squeeze it. Relax. 1 more time. And squeeze. Relax. All right. Up to all fours. And go. And 12. Okay, other side. All right, so that's it for the exercises. Let's get down into our stretch. All right, legs stretched out in front of you. Fold over. Oh, that back is tight today. Okay, bottoms of your feet touch, knees fall open. Same thing, little forward lean. Okay, 90, so 90-degree angles in both knees. Lean forward. Okay, switch it. All right, sit back into child's pose. So hips go back to your heels and then slide your hands out. Okay, come up to all fours and arch your back up. Drop it down. Arch up. Drop it down. Okay, half kneel. Whatever knee is on the floor, arm up and over. Okay, switch it over. All right, let's come up from the floor. Let's get our quad stretch. So hold on to something for balance. Pull that leg up. Okay, other side. Last stretch for the day. Grab those hands behind your back. Pull the shoulders back. All right, good workout, guys. Like I said, I will be here usual time on Wednesday. I know everybody's schedules are probably a little bit different Wednesday with the holiday, but as long as you get it in before next Monday, we good. See you on Wednesday. Bye-bye.